Hi Queens, Sam here. Today we're going to be talking about something a bit different than my usual videos. However, I'm pretty sure you'll like it. I get to pair today on two of my passion, which is, I guess, personal finances, but also traveling. And I say we'll be more talking about traveling today, but also there is a bit of personal finances in there. And I was inspired to do this video when I listened to Shiraz on the Loose. One of her recent video, the title is "The Best Place I Will Live If I Had 1,000 US dollars." If you guys don't know her, she's actually a career break coach. She has her own YouTube channel here, and she's from the United States, but she's been living in Mexico City for a few years. She retired early, and her channel is all about expat life, moving abroad, getting your finances in order if you were to move abroad. So she's amazing. I now totally suggest that you actually check her channel. Again, I'll put a link to her video in the description below. So she had like 5 different countries on her list based on her own criteria. And after listening to her, I was really inspired actually to do the same exercise for myself. So I used the same website that she actually suggested, which is called theearthawaits.com. I'll put also a link to that website in the description here, and it's a great website for you if you were interested to move in another country, and then you know approximately how much your budget will be per month. You can input that in there, and then some of the criteria choose, you know, whether you want to go to Europe, Latin America, Asia, or like all of them. And then the system, you know, based on your criteria, the system will come up with some suggestions for you. So I put some of my criteria and I'll share them with you here. Again, this is for me personally, doesn't have to be for you. And again, do your own research. It can, you know, it might actually give you some ideas of destination that you haven't even considered, because you did that for me when we get to my results. My criteria were, the first thing, I'm a Black woman. So for me, it was important that you know, if I were to move, visit any country, really, I guess like move, not just visit, but like move down there. That in terms of discrimination, it was not like high discrimination. So I chose low to moderate, and I think that's like 20% or less, because you know I have to be also, you know, like I know what it is. There is no place on this earth where there is no discrimination. So you know, but at least as long as the discrimination is not deadly to me or like so much in my face. So I went with 20% or less. So that's the first criteria. The second criteria for me was like I wanted to that the place to be a walkable place where I don't need to own a car or like having to rent a car to do my business. Like, you know, I can go and do my groceries, walk to different places. So I put the walkability also as like, you know, high on my list. And so I was looking for $1,500 Canadian per month in terms of budget as a single person outside the city center, like if I were to rent one bedroom outside the city center. And in terms of weather, so I've been living in Canada for many years, and in the, well, you know, the coldest part of the country, so I know what is winter. If I'm going to be moving somewhere else, I don't want to do winter anymore. That's what it is. So I chose, essentially in terms of weather, I want a country where there is mild weather. Nothing in the minus something something Celsius. I don't want to do that anymore. I've done it and I'm good with it. Essentially, I want something more warmer. So for me, that was one of my criteria as well. And then in terms of healthcare, you know, average healthcare, pollution, same thing, modest pollution, and crime rate, modest crime rate. Like, you know, again, granted that, you know, places where there is like no pollution, no crime rate, and amazing healthcare, probably there are not many, or maybe they're not at $1,500 Canadian dollars. 1,500 Canadian dollars per month. So we need to be realistic here. So that's what I actually input in there in terms of criteria. And then I hit the search button, and the system. So I had like actually three cities slash countries on my list, and I was surprised by the three of them. Not that I was expecting anything in particular, but just like, you know, seeing the list, I was just like, okay, well, one of, I guess the two of the countries were on my list, my bucket list to visit, but not those particular cities. So I guess I'll have to go there and visit and see how it is eventually. So let me go through the list. The first one is Las Palmas in Spain. So Las Palmas in Spain, it's a small city, if I may say, approximately 400,000 people. In terms of quality of life, high. In terms of walkability, high. Good healthcare, moderate crime rate, and moderate pollution. So it's like, okay, that's good. That's actually nice. I'm not sure if it's on the beach. That's one criteria that I couldn't really put because ideally I would like the city to be on the beach. But I'm assuming if it's Las Palmas, it must be on the beach. And all of that for 1,400 Canadian dollars per month. So under budget and seems to be hitting most of my, most of the items on my criteria list. So Las Palmas, Spain. The second on the list was a Split in Croatia. I've never heard of that city before. I know of Croatia as a country, but it's not even on my list of country to visit, to be honest. But just like, looking at it, and it seems to be on the beach, so bonus points for that. And so for Split in Croatia, same thing. The budget approximately 1,400 Canadian per month. Similar to Las Palmas, like high quality of life, high walkability score, high good healthcare, moderate pollution, and also moderate crime rate. So I'm just like, okay, so it looks interesting, and also small city, less than 300,000 people. And then the third result that I had on my list was Brasilia in Brazil. So it's a bigger of a city. It's like over 2 million people. I'm not sure it's on the beach. I don't think they have beach either over there. So for that one, the budget was lower. It was like 1,100 Canadian dollars a month. So much more affordable. In terms of quality of life, that was like moderate, and then same thing for healthcare was moderate. Pollution was average, and but then crime rate was moderate. So and then workability was actually lower. It's like 60 something compared to Las Palmas and Split, who were like in the 90s. So of course, out of the three, definitely Split and Las Palmas will probably be my go-to if I were really to, like I guess travel down there and just see how it is to live there. And so that's kind of like interesting. I really enjoyed doing that exercise because kind of like opened my eyes to even like places that I wasn't really considering when it comes to travel. And just the fact that really I could live in those places for 1,500 Canadian dollars or less per month, to me it's just amazing because I cannot live here in Canada with $1,500 Canadian dollars. 1,500 Canadian dollars per month. That's right now. There's no way that I can actually live in Canada with that kind of budget. So again, recognizing the privilege that Canadian dollars has outside of Canada. Of course, not going maybe into like maybe in the United States or like I'm pretty sure in England it will be worth less, but in so many other countries on this earth that essentially the Canadian dollars actually goes a long way, and that we can have a better quality of life like outside Canada. Nothing against Canada, but just it's a possibility that definitely can be considered. So those two cities for sure, and maybe Brasilia if I really get a chance to visit, will probably good for me to check out eventually. And so yeah, I really enjoyed doing that exercise, and I'm actually curious. If you're going to be doing the exercise as well, if you're interested in traveling based on your own criteria, what are the results that you're actually getting from this? So again, not much personal finances talk today, but it was interesting for me, eye-opening to do that exercise, and I wanted to share with you. So if traveling also is something that essentially you enjoy, I'll be talking more about it, like here and there as I'm actually doing my personal finances videos. Hit the like button, Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so next time that my video is out, you also notified. Do share with your network, and so then more people can know about the channel, and that, and essentially we can help more Black women improve their personal finances and reach financial freedom. And until next time, you have a very good day.